Give me a clap. Give me a clap in 3,
Pause.
2, 1.
Keep saying, give me a clap. Mike is hilarious today. Mike's been catching.
Yo,
been getting that.
I'm trying to, man. I'm trying
Been
to.
getting that. And we about to get into it in 3, 2, 1. Mike, take us away.
What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another special episode, man. It's your boy, Mike Sanchez.
It's your boy, Repeat. Yeah, I know
It's
he's in the
your
building.
dog,
Come on.
Remier in the motherfucking building. We're
Yes,
excited
sir.
today.
You
Mike,
already
you would have
know.
stopped talking about this one.
Yo, man.
Mike
Yo.
was ready for this one.
Yo, but y'all already
6 in the
know,
morning.
though.
Yo, you ready, bro?
He ready, bro.
You look at the
he
notes,
ready.
bro?
He ready. He was like a school teacher. He's like 7 a.m.
Come on, yo,
7 a.m.
make sure
homeroom.
everything's straight.
Yeah, I know. Before we get into that, don't say this.
Say
that. Yes, sir, Mike.
Fire, man.
Yo,
Who
man.
the heck we got
Yo,
today?
man.
We got someone
I need to
big,
stand
bro.
up, do some jumping jacks, something, bro, just to warm it up.
Big vibes.
Yo, man, this
Big
is somebody. This is somebody you better know who he is before it's too late. Make sure you grab him now before he blows up and it's in a different
go up.
galaxy, man. I'm very happy to introduce you guys to Jesus.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me, man. Y'all are dope. I really do appreciate it. And check this out. Before we get started, like I said, J4 is in the building.
Hey,
and
sir.
also,
J4.
so I really want to appreciate them because they've been looking out for me since literally probably about 8 years.
Wow,
They've been looking
wow.
out, just
That's
helping
the
me,
team.
just helping me push and do all that. I also have a team that I call Blunders. It's the same family. And what we got
Oh shit! What we got today?
is just some shirts for y'all.
Hey.
Yo, he gifted me something?
For real?
Yo, did this man just gift me something?
So we got a large.
Oh
we
my
got 2
God.
larges and an extra large.
Nigga, how did you know?
And well, if they're wrong, I'm blaming Mike. So that's all I'll say. But yeah, I just wanted
I
to,
just did the
label
quick
it
Damn,
eye
bro.
test. You
know
feel
what I'm
me?
saying?
Yo, we
Yo, I
got-
appreciate
so,
it, bro.
Gotta
Thank
shout
you.
that out
Yeah,
real quick.
yeah,
Hold
that's-
up.
Yo,
Get
put that on the
cam.
shot.
You already
Yeah,
know.
that's
Hell
Blunder.
yeah.
That's
I
Blunders
was waiting.
Creative
It was
Collective.
like-
Wow.
So yeah,
Damn.
so yeah, that's our.
I'm blessed.
I'm
blessed,
sold,
bro.
nigga.
Thank you.
How much you want, nigga? I support you in your dreams.
No,
Come live in my house.
That's on us, man. That's
This was
just from.
the episode. That's Liddy. Thank you so much,
Nah,
Jesus.
no
We
problem,
really
man.
appreciate that.
Yeah, that's from Blunders Creative Collective. So we
Excellent.
just believe in living life, making blunders along the way. You know what I'm saying? Like don't judge yourself for the mistakes. They're gonna happen. I'm sure you guys have been in this creative journey, and sometimes maybe episodes don't go how they planned, or something messes up. You know what I'm saying? Embrace those mistakes and keep pushing. I know I've made 1,000, maybe more. I recorded for a year with the mic backwards.
Wow.
Can you believe that? Okay, for a year, the mic
Still
was
fire though. Still fire though. Still fire though. Still fire
Hey,
though.
but
Say,
you
why
know-
is my audio fucking up?
Hey, but you know what? As soon as I flipped it back, I was like, man, this sounds really good, man. I'm better than I thought. So yeah, so just wanted to to push that for everybody to embrace their mistakes for sure.
Wow, bro. Thank you so much. Yo, one thing that always stood out to me from Jesus, obviously the first shock with the music. But yeah, man, it's just hearing you talk how deep of a thinker you are and how it translates to your music. I always really like that from you, man, and from an artist as well. So first time to Boston, man. Welcome to the Bean, bro.
To the
I know you
617.
I know you was a little bit, afraid of the cold, but I called my weather guy for you. Make sure everything's straight, bro. So
Wait.
I appreciate it.
First time in Boston ever?
First time, man.
Ever.
First time. Never been up to Boston. I'm in New York, doing some stuff, and Mike had actually hit me up before, just before everything really took off, and he was like, "Bro, I really like your music," and it was just genuine. So I was like, oh, cool. I appreciate it. And that's how he was doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are just doing y'all's thing up here. So I was like, man, you know what? I got to come up here and show support for the people who are actually grinding and doing the work. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to
we
being like, you know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
it. Yes, sir.
Just come on and do it. And you're not doing anything. So
Yeah,
y'all
yeah.
are
Right,
dope. So I
100%.
appreciate that for real.
yeah, I appreciate that too, man. So, for those people that may be new to Jesus, y'all late, man, get on. But who are you, my guy?
So I am Mr. 33 Degrees.
Hey.
So basically, I grew up. I was born in California, but I grew up in West Bank, Israel, and then I ended up actually kind of moving all around everywhere. I'm one of 7 kids. So
7?
I got my little brother over here too, who's also my producer.
Shooter.
Shout out, little
So-
bro.
Gotta keep
Love
the
to
money
see
in
it.
the
Keep it in the
fam.
fam. Yes, sir.
So play beats is in the house for sure. So yeah, but I'm just one of those people, man. I just believe in kind of embracing your journey and your process. You know what I'm saying? Like 33 Degrees is all about 33 Degrees is where you melt an ice cube, right? So from 20 to 28, right? That's all that work that you're doing, and no one sees it. So it's like you feel like you haven't moved. right? But then all of a sudden 33 degrees, that's when the ice cube melts and now you get everything that you ever wanted, right? So it's like, you know, say that podcast, as soon as all of a sudden you guys get 1 million streams, that's at 33 degrees and they're going to act like y'all didn't put out 32 episodes before that.
Yeah.
They didn't think
They're
we
just
was
gonna-
working. You know, I know
right,
we
that's
working.
what it looks
That's a
like.
crazy theory, right? That's fire.
Yo,
Yeah,
bro,
right
I'm
there.
telling you, when I heard that, I was
Sell
like,
it.
That like, I was gonna say that
Crazy.
I was like, shit,
that shit
Yeah.
moved me a certain
for
way.
real.
Yeah, no, but that's real. I mean, with everything, like you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, because the thing is, as quickly as certain things rise, they can also fall, right? So if it takes you time to build it to get to where you want to go, those are the things that are lasting, right? It's when you put in that work behind it. Because really, if y'all did one episode and it blew up and it got however many, y'all probably panic like the next day. We were talking about that in the car on the way here. Like, what if my first song was Go? I'd have been like, oh shit, like what do I do next? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
The pressure to make another hit.
right. Like and then it's to not grow. It's to like stay in the same place that you just were. So you know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
that's
Yo, and
super
congratulations on that, bro. Well
Appreciate it.
deserved.
Thank you, thank
If
you.
you haven't listened to it, go check it out. Go by Jesus. Check it out, man. The video's dope too, man.
Appreciate it, yeah,
Vibes,
appreciate it.
man. So, you know, one of the times we spoke, I remember you saying something along the lines that one of the craziest things you ever decided to do was to actually take music as a career. So talk to me a little bit about how that journey's going, and how the expectations to reality differ.
Oh boy, that's a great question actually. I think so. What was kind of happening was like I have a big. I kind of had two careers at the time. I was like working in football, like soccer. Sorry.
Football.
I was about to say,
Yeah, so I was working in soccer, and then also I was doing.
I'm like, he was a kicker. I was like,
Punt return. He's like, Devin has to.
He just kicked the ball. He was a-
right. And then also I was kind of doing the music, and I'll never forget. I had like dropped Now Hiring because I had like quit my job because I was like, oh, I'm quitting my job. So literally, what happened as I was like getting ready to quit, I wrote all of Now Hiring in my office. Right, I was working at a school. I'm not going to name them because I don't want to mess them up, you know.
No free
And
plug.
I was like, yeah, for real, right?
Mike
You
knows
gotta-
about that.
you
That's
gotta- so like I wrote the whole thing and then I dropped it, and then I was like, yeah, you know, I made it. And then like 52 people listened to it. You know, I was like,
All that hard work. And like,
yeah, and I was like, well, you know, maybe not. You know,
Yeah.
maybe not. And then I all of a sudden like I ran into a Grammy Award-winning producer, Craig King, who kind of discovered me. I was like, yo, you're dope. So he invited me with his company called Rat Plug to like perform during Super Bowl weekend when it was in Atlanta.
Wow.
So I was getting to like perform at all these different like shows and all these events. So then everything started to change. But at the same time, I had the whole football thing going on, right? The soccer thing. I coached an all black girls team. We won the state championship in Georgia. So like I was kind of trying to balance all of that. And I remember feeling really stressed one day. And I went out into my backyard and I was just like, I like to talk to my ancestors. I'm big on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, you know, like, can y'all guide me? Can you guys help me out? Teach me how to balance. Teach me how to get a break. And that same day, I shattered my leg, right? And that break made me have
ACL?
to I shattered my patella, my kneecap. So like it
damn.
was completely
Dang.
gone.
It-
Multiple surgeries. It was horrible rehabbing.
Shit.
I had to like relearn how to walk. I
I
had to do
thought
all
I
that.
had it
God.
bad.
It was all this like crazy stuff that was going on. But then I realized in that moment, what I asked for was the balance, right? Let me know how to balance it. So guess what I can't do now? I can't do soccer anymore. I can't be out like how I was out. What can I do though? Music.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So I asked for the balance, but the thing is, it's never how you imagine it.
Yeah.
It just isn't. Right. Like that's just not how it works. So then once that happened, that was when I made Recovery, which kind of was the recovery coming back from my knee injury
Yeah,
and just
I
trying to
know,
kind of
actually,
figure it out
recovery.
because it like, I mean, slick, like it broke me, you know what I'm saying? It definitely did. Like it put me through something that I really had to come out of. So that's kind of what really like shoved me into music. And then after that, I was like, man, like I'm chosen. Like I'm the one, you know what I'm saying? Like I know that within myself, like you have to, you know, like no one jumps into a boxing ring or a UFC match thinking, oh, I'm coming in here to get knocked out.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah.
Like you have to
Facts.
come in to be like,
especially
yo,
if you
I'm
practice and train for
right.
this
Like
shit.
I'm like, if I'm going this hard, then I got to make sure, you know, that
Nah, for sure, man.
Yeah, you know what I heard recently, and this is crazy, because people fall in love with like performing and being on stage and the drugs that your body produces when you're doing that. So they say that once you do that a lot, not getting those, when your body's not producing them, it misses those drugs. So that's why a lot of artists get addicted to being on stage, addicted to rapping, because when you're walking to somebody who don't know you, says, "Yo, bro, thank you. That shit is fire." That love and that support, it does something to your body chemically. And so you get very addicted at that, and then you want to be better at your craft, so you can get more of that drug, more of that drug, more of that drug, and then you get addicted to that lifestyle. So that's why a lot of people feel like they have to rap, or they, you know what I mean, like they fall in love with that shit.
Yeah, no, that's real. I think that I don't. So like for me personally, I always believe like moderation is the key, right? Like I can't go too hard on anything, right? Because the thing is, like love and hate like live in the same place. You know what I'm saying? So like
That's facts.
as much as like people will love you, like there's a group that's building on the other side to like counter it. You know what I'm saying? Like at the same time, like y'all are growing, y'all are getting bigger. Like someone's gonna be in the comment section being like, y'all are whack as fuck. Like someone's gonna do that just
That's how it
because
goes.
they just have to, they want to be seen. They're projecting. They have pain. They want to share it on social media, right? And they want to do it, and they want you to feel how they feel, right? Like so, like I try to just make sure I balance like that love and and all of that, and then knowing at the same time, man, that you know what I'm saying, like I'm making my music like, yes, for people to hear, of course, but deep down it's for me.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
No,
That's
because
super fire.
like you said, like it's for you. In like 50 years, you're gonna look back and like be like, I did this shit. You know, that's the legacy. That's the legacy you want to leave behind as an artist.
Right, for sure.
And that's what anybody who's making music, even if some people always find it whack, it's like, well, that's their legacy.
It's
you
not
know?
for you.
We
Maybe.
hear once, and that's what they doing, and that's their work. So guess what? The work ain't gonna go away. You ain't gonna delete it.
Right.
So it's always gonna be there.
Yeah.
So that's why, and I like how you kind of, I should say, relate your music to, you know, the story of your life, like the struggles you went through and stuff like that, because I feel like a lot of people are shy to that fact. They're kind of afraid that like, oh, my struggles, my pain can actually be my success.
A lot of people would
Almost.
try to suppress those feelings.
Exactly. When
You know?
and you know, yeah, everyone's different, so it's like you can't really force it out of people. So how do you like how are you so comfortable, you know, telling people the story of your life?
Oh man. So like I feel like my comfort in being able to just tell my story was in that when I was going through it, I felt really isolated. So I felt like I was like, man, is anybody else going through like anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, because the thing is like there's different elements of music, right? Like there's turn up music when it's turn up time, there's sad music when it's sad time, there's happy music when there's this time. So then I was like, well, what happens when there's someone like me who is going through what I was going through? Like I was separated from my family for about 10 years. Like I had like all these things. I was homeless when I was 17. Like I was going through all these different things, and I was like, who is navigating this? And then I realized that's my job. That's my responsibility to navigate it. Like I can't look outside for someone to tell my story. Like that's for me to tell. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where it came from. Yeah.
Damn, that's super dope. So I heard you talking about, you know, you like speaking to your ancestors. I'm trying to get better at meditating. As of right now, I only know mindful meditation, but, you know, I'm hoping that through practices, you know, I do get better and hopefully can get in tune to something. But in one of your songs, you said that playing hide and seek, you discovered your passions. So, and then you said how you got, you know, a message from in a event, a message from your ancestors to kind of modify your passions. How do you feel that affecting your music, or is it allowed more time for it now?
Man, yeah, playing hide and seek is where I found my passion. So like that's kind of when, you know how you jump in and out of stuff? You know what I'm saying? You jump in and you're like, yeah, I want to do it, but I didn't mean it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, it's just for fun type shit. You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying?
I think we all do it, but we do it as like a mechanism to protect ourselves, right? Because we don't want to get it. Who wants to get embarrassed, right? If I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a rapper, but no one in here likes it, so right. But then I realized like I can't do it just for other people to accept me and like me, because there's always an audience for anyone, but it's just about finding your audience, right? Whatever
That's a
it is.
fact.
Yeah.
I tell people all the
Major
time,
fact.
and sorry for cutting you off, but I tell people all the time, it's like, bro, there's like 4 billion people on Earth. If you can just get 17,000 people to like your music, and each of them pay $20, $10, $15, $100, hey,
Right.
you don't gotta work a 9 to 5 no more. You bought your freedom.
Right.
People are so focused on being the biggest thing on earth that they can't focus on their audience. And
Right.
I feel a lot of people forget that. Like when you're too focused on getting people who don't like your music to like your music. Cater to your people that like your music.
Right. Yeah, I had a question from a fan. I did a live one time, and they were like, how do you address people who don't like your music? And I was like, I don't, because they don't like it.
Right.
Why am I?
Exactly.
What are we gonna talk about?
Yeah.
Like how you should like me? Like that's I don't like everybody. So why is everybody gonna like me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
That's a
just-
human condition.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like I'm like so I'm not gonna run around and be all like that and like, oh, like me. You know what? But if you support me, you know what I'm saying? I can give that energy back. And if for me, I look at it like this. When I walk into the store, I don't have any children, right? And I see like Huggies, right? Like diapers, right? They don't mean anything to me. But I don't feel like I have to go online and bash Huggies.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
need to bash, because that's just not for me. It doesn't mean that they're not a multi-billion-dollar industry. It doesn't mean that they're not successful. Huggies are just not for me, right? At this point in time, like they're just not. So like I can pass on, but nowadays with social media and everybody having a voice, everybody want to,
Yeah.
I hate Huggies. I saw them on the shelf and I hated them. Like,
Yeah.
dude, you could have just kept walking, but you
Yeah.
decided to stop, right? Like, so like people, you know, like
You got
people
too
are
much
interested.
time.
Yeah.
They be hating on inanimate objects.
You got
Yeah.
And they just be sitting on the shelf and
When you
they're
got
like,
too
fuck
much
them
time, you
Huggies.
hate. When you got too much time, you start hating on. Cause you just when you have too many fucks to give, you start giving them shit out to none that matters.
Right.
For real, you know what I'm saying? Like you start giving your fucks out to like none that, like when you got 10 things popping off, you don't give a fuck about what's happening. You
Yeah,
don't give a fuck about what's happening.
Yeah, I've never had anybody hate on me that's doing better than me.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be
I've
some
never-
weird
Say
shit. That'd be
that.
some weird
That's
shit.
the definition.
Say
of
that.
Say that.
Yeah, like I've never had, you know what I'm saying? Kanye West ain't in my DMs telling me I'm not good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
it's not that. It's like Jimmy who's in his third period class who heard go and's like, I hope you die. Like Jimmy got
Yeah.
issues.
Damn.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what I'm
Like
Go,
it's not.
I hope you get better.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? That has
Hope we
nothing
pay
to
off that
do-
college debt, bro.
Yeah, like
know what I'm
that's
saying?
yeah, like so I'm like, bro, like, you know, we're good. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's going through something. I've gone through things myself. You know, that might not have been the way that I dealt with it, but especially like this particular generation and how social media is taken over. That's
Oh,
just
absolutely.
how like people deal with their problems. And that's okay. No judgment from me to them. You know, I hope everybody feels good and feels better because they deserve to. But obviously that's a decision you have to make for yourself, that you want to feel better, because nothing external fixes internal issues. So you have to deal with yourself, and it's hard to look in the mirror for sure.
Damn, man.
Motherfuckers
You gotta
be
put.
trying to buy their patches. You know what I'm saying? They be fucked up on the inside, but they be trying to buy some shit to fix it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
goof.
For
Yeah.
real, they want to just cover it, cover the sun with a thumb.
Cause that's what
Unfortunately,
their
don't
mothers
work
and their
like that.
parents do. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. Cause you learn. You look up and you learn from people next to you. That's why I like how you came with your people, because you showing them love.
Facts.
Put the hat down. You made sure you shout them out at the beginning. You show them love. Because when you love somebody, you support somebody, and they're working hard. Do that.
Yeah.
Do that. That's
Yeah,
the
for
least
sure.
you could do. That's the least.
He
you
spin,
could do for
hey,
your
damn.
people.
Make these people know. Make sure they
Now
know.
I be
Yeah, I
tired of
know.
motherfuckers not putting people on who working. And then this,
true.
I won't hold you. There's people who aren't working are lying. They're lying about their hustle.
Yeah,
They're hustling for the online people. Just the internet, bro.
Yeah, that's real. Cause like even me, right? Like huge shout out to like Curious Creator, who does like all my graphics and all of those things that are like super dope, that don't even like my graphics were next level before I could even do what I could do musically, because of how good she was, right? And then I have Yurgi Uno, who basically like mixes, puts everything together, and then keeps me sane. Because like I'm telling y'all, after I dropped Welcome to Life, that project, I had a song I was like, yeah, we're gonna hit him with this, and it was like a rough song, like going back at people, and he was like, bro, you don't got to do that.
Right.
You know, but like you need a team around you to trust
Yeah.
that you can be like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, like these people have my best interest in mind, you know? And y'all have that same function. So I know you guys understand what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like,
for
yeah,
sure.
let's chat it up. Let's figure out what's best, like not go personal with
And
it.
we actually talked about it on like a way back episode. Shout out Malik Jakai. I remember this specifically. He said that, you can, when someone on your team, you can tell the difference between like hate and like, oh yeah, well maybe you should do this. Like, it's not hating if it's a
Solution.
it's a
provide.
solution. If it's a if you're providing me a solution, then yeah, I'll listen to you. But if you're just straight up like, oh, the beat's whack, I'm like, okay, why is it whack? The volume got to be up, be down. Do I got to do this to do that? You can't just say something hateful and then not tell me why. Or if you say something helpful, it's like maybe be like, I didn't think the beat should have went this way, because it's like, give me that solution. Don't give me the hate, because I'm gonna be
subjective
sitting.
too, bro. Like people gotta understand. I tell artists that I work with, like, yo, music is subjective. Somebody's not gonna like your music. It's alright. I
Right,
might not
right.
like your music. You gotta be able to take that criticism and sometimes be like, nah, bro, you're not listening right. Cause maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have to hear it in a different tone. Maybe I'm not ready for this song right now. Whatever the case is, but as an artist, some artists are real sensitive. The egos, because artists, rappers, a lot of them are men. The egos. So once you tell them something like, nah, this is you a hater. You don't fuck with their music, and it's like, yeah, you got a soft ego.
Like my ego got shattered with my leg. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it was
like
like,
a metaphor, it killed
it
you.
was like,
Yeah.
it was like, it just killed it. And then like a couple months later, I actually had a really good friend, who I was working with on the soccer tip. Like, he passed away. His name was Promise Isaac, R.I.P.
Rest in
and,
peace.
Yeah. And he passed away. And then I remember just like what that sent me through. Right. And I remember like feeling like those feelings and just being like, just jacked by it. You know what I'm saying? So it was
Right.
rough for sure.
Dude, I got a question for you, my dude. So sometimes when we spoke and you tell me sometimes you get in the zone where you read a book a week.
Yeah.
You used to coach soccer. You're doing the music. I'm looking at the website, the merch, blunders. You got the vinyls. Man, what keeps you going? What keeps you going? Because in some of the songs I hear a lot of different, things that have gone through your life. So
that's a great question, man. What I think keeps me going is I just want to hit a point where I can like love people openly and freely. You know what I'm saying? Like I can come out and I can show love. I can be like the light that I want to be in the world. And then also I do want to create stability for like my family. And by family, I don't just mean like my actual family, but I mean my family as in J4. I mean my family as in anybody in Blunders or anything like that. Because at the same time, a tide, when a tide comes up, all the boats come up with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, if they don't poke a hole in their own boat, right? Then
That's
like,
true.
you know what I'm saying? Because that's what happens when everybody is working. Right. So it can't be one of those things where, I want to make sure that that's clear. Right. It can't be one of those things where like, oh, just because one person makes it now, everyone holds on to that one balloon because then you start to sink it. Right. But all I want to be is the helium for more balloons. Right. I want to make sure that more people can fly. And if I can do that through my music, then by all means, I'm for it. That's definitely what keeps me going, because I remember the dark days, when I was like, man, I don't know about it. And, and I'm on the phone with J4 and they're like, look, you're the chosen one. You can do this. You have it. You're able. And I'm like, man, I don't even know. And then in like the span of like a year and a half, I'm calling like, I'm the chosen one. I got this. I'm doing it. Like that shift in
Energy change.
mentality is what changes it all. Once you believe in yourself, that's everything.
And I feel like, people can be humbled to a certain extent. Like once you're good, you're going to talk your shit and be like, yeah, I am that good. And like, you know what I'm saying? Because even in rap, I feel like, you want to be humble. Even with anything, really, you want to be humble. But like once you reach, your point, you're like, yeah, I am that good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the
'Cause-
confidence comes from the reps in the gym.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, if you've been in the gym all year, practicing for one thing, you're confident in that one thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I'm in the
Yeah.
gym bench pressing and then you like, yo, bro, let's bench press. I'm confident. All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
Like,
because
let's go.
I put
Exactly.
the work
You know
in.
what you're gonna
Once
do.
you put that work in, and another thing I'll say is when you've been through shit that's scarier than just being a little nervous to rap, or scarier than having a business meeting, or scarier than, you know what I'm saying? You're not nervous no more about those things.
Yeah.
When you have to worry about other real life situations, so I do stand up comedy. The reason why when I first did stand up comedy, I wasn't too nervous. I've been through a lot of shit in my real life. So, you know what I mean? Where I'm like, so y'all scared to come up here and tell some jokes? I can't be scared. I've been through the scariest shit before. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been down before, so when I do this, it's like, damn, this is kind of releasing. This is helpful for me.
Right.
This is therapeutic more. Like, do you feel like that about your music?
Yeah, man. I definitely do because like check me out, man. Like the whole so I probably believe in humility more than I believe in like being humble for me because I think that like humility is acknowledging that there's people before me and there'll be people after me that rap, which is true. Like I need to pay homage to the people that inspired me, the Damian Marleys, the Nas, right? The J. Coles even, right? The Drakes, like all these people who are before me who are obviously amazing, right? But I also know that people are going to come after me as well. But the thing is, when I have to be the most humble is when I'm in the studio and I have to relay a verse 85 times. You know what I'm saying? I have to be humble in there. I'm in there for hours working and working and working. To your point, the reps in the gym, right? Like I'm in here working and I'm busting my tail to like get this whole thing done. So now all of a sudden now someone's gonna look at me like, oh, he's not humble. He thinks he's great. Well, my G, I just spent 6 hours doing this. So of course I feel like I'm good at it. What am I so? Why am I doing it then?
Yeah.
You know, like why am I stepping into a ring? And I saw Israel Adesanya, the UFC fighter, talk
Goat.
about it.
I love
Right?
that,
Goat,
bro.
my favorite
yeah,
fighter.
Yeah, like, and I watched him talk about it, and he was saying, he was like, you know when I have to be humble? When I'm in practice getting choked out. So why the heck am I gonna be humble when I'm out here in my fights? Like I put my work in. Like I've already suffered. I've suffered so that I can be out here. So for me, I'm like, I've suffered. Like I've done this. I've gone and I've performed at places where there were 10 people. You know, I've done it. I've suffered. So now all of a sudden someone's gonna come at me and be like, oh, you need to be smaller around me? Because no. Like you want me to be smaller around you, but I don't have to do that. Like that's like I can choose to be as big as I want to be.
Right.
Right? Because it's me. You know, so that's kind of how I look at it.
No, and you're at a stage where you know you're propelling right now, so good stuff, man. So you're on tour. You had a couple stops before you made it to Boston.
Sir,
How's that?
yes,
How's
sir.
that? Is that your first time experiencing something like that?
So not really. Like I've had a couple like mini tours like here and there. Definitely post COVID, or I guess
Pre-COVID?
like so I don't know what we're in. We're like the edge of ending COVID. I don't know where we're at in life right now. But
Somewhere rough
but you know
Somewhere there, yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right
I don't,
there.
I don't really know. Like Atlanta was open the whole time, so it's kind of hard to tell. But no, I've had a couple stops like where I've tried to like bounce around. But I had a show at a university and different stuff like that, which they went really well. I think the crowds have all been very receptive and kind of really like happy to have me. I don't know if it's because I'm the first person they've seen in a while or if it's because my music is like exceptionally dope, but I'm going with it's exceptionally dope.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. I'm pretty sure that's why it is, man. That's super cool, man. I'm happy that everything is falling into the pieces that it is, man. I saw the feature that came out, super fire, man.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Hell yeah, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, shouts out to Asante Farid on Brand New Pack, and shouts out to Play Beats, my little bro who's right here who made that beat as well.
It's fire, man.
And Curious Creator on the visuals.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's Curious Creator on those visuals.
So when did you know like that you had to become an entrepreneur with this rap shit? Because a lot of times,
Ooh, that's a good question.
When people are younger, they really think, I'm a rap, I'm a sound fire, I'm gonna get signed, but bitches and hoes in the car, and that's what they think. That's what they think. Yeah, you know what I'm
It's
saying?
like a 4-step plan or some
I'm
shit.
gonna get a big ass chain, and it comes with bitches automatically, easy peasy. So when did you find out, like, yo, damn, I gotta pay for? Because like you're saying, you know, your brother make beats, you know, a lot of your friends are in the same kind of industry a little bit.
Right,
so it
right.
keeps the money in-house, but it also keeps the ownership in-house, which is
Right.
really important. So talk about some of that.
Yeah, I mean, so to be honest, you know, I'm not gonna put anybody on blast, but it was kind of like every time I talked to a label, right, and they would show me the deal, I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Like, this doesn't make sense. Like, why if I can do everything, why would I then give it to you? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand how that works. Like,
Right.
that's not computing. The math ain't mathing. Right. So what you have to do in any field that you're trying to get into, right? Yes, art is what I want to do. Creativity is what I want to do. Like, I want to do that. But at the same time, like, we need to make sure that we're about our business in some sort of way, right? Where is our return coming from? When is it coming back with anything that you do? Like, you have to think about that. Otherwise, you're just
ROI.
going to spin. Yeah, you're going to spin your wheels until there's nothing left. And the thing is, that's the difference, I think, between doing it the right way and then doing it for clout. Because I don't like you know what I'm saying? Like, a chain is not going to make me rap better for me. You know, like, so that's just not a part of my image. No knock on anybody who wears a chain, because for some people, that's a part of their identity. And that's a part that, like, makes them stand out, makes them comfortable. Cool. But for Jesus, for me, that doesn't work. So if that doesn't work for me, then I'm not going to step outside of that. So at the same time, right, some people, I remember first getting into it, and you know everybody's a rapper, right? Everybody is, right?
Nah, no funny shit. Everybody-
Yeah, everybody's a rapper, right?
Especially with the technology, it's easier to try.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So easy.
it's so easy. I haven't a song like, you know, like they said they dropped a song, but who hasn't? You know, like who really hasn't? Like, so everyone's done it. So like, I don't want to drop a song and then sit back and be like, yeah, But now what? Like, okay, like what are we doing
Right.
now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing to really make this propel? What are we doing to move ourselves forward? It's kind of like if you're starting a business and you're like, okay, I wanna sell water bottles, and then you're like, I bought a cooler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like now
Like,
what?
Now what,
Now
nigga?
what?
What do we do?
Start it up.
Right.
Yeah. So you have to put steps in place for sure.
But yeah, I just
That was
love
all desync and shit.
You know what it is? You know, I love New York pizza, man. New York got the best pizza I ever fucking ate. On everything. For my birthday, I specifically make my family go to New York and get me pizza.
Wow.
For my birthday. Then I reheat it and I eat that shit in my crib. I get high, I watch a movie. Because I'm real simple with what I like. And I like what I like. So a steak for dinner, New York pizza for lunch. And that's it. I'm home, I get high, I watch
What's
my
for
favorite
breakfast
movie.
though?
Nothing. Because I want to
Cool,
save the
cool.
calories.
Yeah, I
I want to
skip
save
breakfast.
the calories.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
okay.
but
They said you shouldn't,
I
but
love
it's like-
breakfast. I love breakfast, but I skip the calories that day.
I started
Gotcha.
reading that you should drink tea and like eat fruit and not eat until like a couple hours after. But I'm not. As I said, I'm learning, man. I'm trying to learn.
Bro,
about
if we
that
go over everything that we should do, like we're in trouble. Like, you know,
For
what I'm
real.
saying? Like we're in a dark place.
Oh man,
No, that's
you just
true,
have like
bro.
the caution things like shining over the top over here, man.
That's a tough one.
If we had to be fucking perfect.
Seriously, man.
which is this shirt literally perfect with a slash through it.
Oh, shit.
Because like I'm
Nice.
not, right? Like no one is. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, that old perfect thing, man, I let that thing go.
Yeah.
To be honest, when I stopped playing basketball,
Oh, because basketball
Yeah.
is a very cocky sport.
bro, basketball. When I
Basketball's
was,
all about egos.
yeah, basketball.
Suck
Basketball
my dick
was
like what,
the
nigga?
thing.
Yeah.
What?
used
You
to
got a
do that
basket?
Like, hold my dick. I'm like,
That's
What?
another thing I wanted to talk to you about because I do hear a lot of sports references on your music. So you obviously played soccer. Something unfortunate happened, or fortunate, however you want to see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah,
You
for
also
sure.
played basketball. Did that fuel like the competitive nature that is expected in hip hop for you?
So to be honest, probably what fueled my competitive nature more was that I was a fighter. So I used to fight actually, and that is really what fueled it. And really, I think the reason for that is because like basketball and soccer, if you will, they're team oriented. So you need so many people for things to go right. Right? You know, you at least need like somebody, but that's the thing in a fight, man. It's just you. You know what I'm saying? And nobody can save you but you. Right? So like that definitely so the sports aspect I think definitely like fuels it, right? But to me, I just don't feel like fighting is a sport. We're in survival
it's
now.
a competition more
Yeah,
than a
like
sport,
we're in
you know?
like you can't you can't
You're
don't-
trying to survive
Yeah,
the
you
other
don't
dude.
play fighting.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm
No.
saying? Like that's not like we're not like I can play basketball.
Right.
But like if you're swinging on me, we're not playing.
No,
Yeah,
like-
we hurting each other.
Yeah, like that's not. You know
All
what I'm saying?
bets
Like
is
we're
off.
not, yeah, we're
Yeah.
not playing. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. But definitely, sports have definitely pushed me to be like you know,
Competitive,
yeah,
yeah.
competitive. Yeah, nah. We don't come out here to lose. Y'all,
Yeah.
say, come
Say
on,
that,
don't
come
say
on.
that,
Say
say
that,
that,
man.
say that. Y'all ain't out here to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not out here to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like we're out here to compete. To,
Right?
Because-
100%.
Well, because sometimes no funny shit is it's a doggy dog world, and the reality is if there's a market, people are looking at who's better. So whether that's agents, whether that's I have a bunch of money, I decide who to give it to. So if you're going harder than him, I'm gonna give it to you. And so a lot of times, even like for me in comedy, you make sure you do your best work. When you go perform on stage, when you go rap, when you do a concert, you might get one new fan. So you gotta make sure you kill. That you're unforgettable. You're better than the next dude. And so
Yeah.
I feel like in music, you gotta have a little bit of that ego, a little bit that I'm better than you. You have to have it.
But again, if you're putting in the reps, why not?
Yeah,
You
why
know what I'm
not?
saying? Like, why not? Why can't I feel like I'm? And the thing is, to me, it's not even like. I think it's always like the problem when people are like, "Oh, I'm so good." They always like want to point out and bring up somebody else's name, right? You see what I'm saying? Like I don't got like I'm amazing. I am a great artist. I am an amazing artist. Period. I don't have to say anybody's name to validate that. You see what I'm saying?
I was with so and so.
Yeah, like or like yeah, I'm better than like
Yeah.
I'm not. He's not me. I'm not him. Like
I'm the best-
or I'm not her. You
I'm
know.
the best out of this area.
Yeah, like
Very
I'm, yeah.
territorial. very
It's kind of like the
territorial.
sinking man. The sinking man's always gonna push the other one down, so his head stays afloat.
Right,
so
right,
it's
right.
kind of weird. But Is that kind of what you meant when you said that, comparisons are mainly to divide? Is that
Yeah, comparisons are focused on division.
Mhm.
Yeah, comparisons are focused on division. It's like you're just coming out like to be like, oh, you're like this person, you're like that person. It's just to try to invalidate, you guys. Like someone's gonna look at this show and see any other show that has 4 mics and they're gonna be like, y'all copied them. Like
Yeah.
it's a podcast, G.
That's
Like,
what I'm
you know
saying. That's
Like,
it.
Yeah,
Ain't
but
that
like,
deep.
Yeah, but that's just something that happens and I just had once I realized it, like a lot of those negative comparisons was just to divide. It was just to kind of create a divisiveness. But at the same time, I think in music, it's very important to draw a line. So for instance, like if I make my music for everyone, I make it for no one. Right? So I have to draw a line. Some people are going to love me and some people are going to hate me. But if I never draw a line, no one will really fully connect to it. No one will ever really be like, yeah, that's my artist, Like they won't ever like make that investment come across because they don't have, there's no line. Like what do you stand for? What do you believe in? What do you stand on? Like those are important questions like in any field.
Absolutely.
For sure. And in business, it's one of the main things that they teach you, especially like in the marketing side when you're trying to discover who the target market is or the segment. Like
Right.
if you say like, yo, iPhone is for everybody. Well, it's hard to say iPhone because iPhone is
iPhone's
literally
tough.
Yeah, but like this is for everybody. It's really for nobody because you're not specializing. It's hard for the people to feel a connection.
Where's the uniqueness in it?
Yeah, it's hard to people to feel like associated with it or
Right,
like they
right.
matter.
Right. Yeah. Like if y'all came out with like say that running shoes, right? Right. Say that running shoes, right? Like a 60-year-old's not buying them.
No.
Yeah.
So there's no reason to market them to
Exactly.
60-year-olds. You know who else is not buying them? Probably 5-year-olds. They're probably not buying them either. They don't care.
They don't
care.
Right? They
Fuck.
don't care anything about say this, say that. But
Yeah.
whoever your market, like they don't care. Like
That's not a bad
because
idea for a shoe,
they're
though.
kids.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, like just because there's a group that doesn't care, it doesn't mean that there's not a group that does. Right? Like there, I'm sure there's people sitting right now and they're gonna see this and be like, dude, I hate that dude. I see him everywhere.
Yeah,
you know?
no.
Well,
But
there's
that's
a
what-
reason why.
People just hate, man. It's in their blood. And it's also, like I said earlier, when you got too much time and you just hate on a motherfucker because you think, damn, that should be me. That could be me. I'm just not trying. Everybody's big as shit. Like, if I wanted to, I could have.
That's everybody's big
If
excuse.
you really,
It's like, yeah, you could, but like you ain't.
he said, yo, if I
Yeah.
really wanted to rap, bro, I would be popping like crazy. Would you?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
it's
mean
like-
that's that. I mean, to be honest, that's a great point because I feel like I was there at one point. I really do. I think I was there. That's just a part of your process of saying that. Just means like I think deep down I was like I don't believe in myself, right? Oh, I could. Oh, okay. I could do a lot of things. Anybody could.
Everybody could do a lot
Right,
of
like
shit.
anyone can do anything, but it's about the people who actually do. Because I always, one of my old coaches used to say that like, they were saying like 60% of people are going to talk about what they want to do and never do it. Right. The other 20% to get you to 80 are going to talk about what they want to do and they're going to take one step towards it, but not finish it. And then the other 20% are the ones that are going to take like active steps towards it. But it's really only like that top 10% that are just going to say, you know what, I'm going to follow through the whole way and get it done. And I'll never forget that really stuck with me. He told me that after I got knocked out.
He said, yo, I know
What a
you
way
want to
to
hear
get
this
up,
shit.
right?
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you came in with a new meaning of life.
for sure. Because he was like, are you this 60? Or are you know what I'm saying? Like it was really motivating. So I needed it for sure.
But you also have to know, like some people, I tell them, maybe you're not a rapper. Like people, they think because I love music, I gotta rap. Bro, there's 50 other jobs in music that maybe you're better at. And I always tell people, don't be scared that if you want to transfer over to the video side or the beat side or the mixing or the mastering, you don't know what you're gonna fall in love with. Just because you love rapping or you think that's what you want to do, I always tell people, be a student of the game. Some people start as rappers, but become harder producers than they were. Young Berg. Young Berg was a decent rapper. He had a little career. As a producer, he probably makes crazy money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't be scared to
To maneuver
Play hide and
yourself,
seek.
exactly.
to
Yeah,
play hide and
that's
seek.
Yeah, no, for real. You gotta just find.
Because
what's-
maybe that
what's good
rapper
for you.
will like that wannabe rapper will be a good beat maker, and then all of a sudden there you go. That's where you're good at. I think that's. But it's like I feel like, I don't really mean to again sound like a grandpa, but it's kind of like the veil of social media. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, if you see an Instagram influencer rap, then some random high school broad's gonna think she can too, or he can too. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Because it's gotten like, or at least they're trying to maneuver this point where like everybody can rap, but it's like, we've heard that for the last like 5 years, but it's like, no, everyone can't rap. You know what I'm saying? There has to be like a select someone who's like really good at it and takes it like seriously, like yourself. You know what I'm saying? You put your lyrics into it, you put a story behind it. You put all these people surrounding you, so you have a good team behind it as well. And that's what people don't realize is that like, yeah, you can rap, but like you're not gonna. Why would you do it for fun when you're probably not gonna be as good as someone who takes it seriously?
Right. I think we have this, like, it probably is starting a little bit with like youth sports. I think is where we're starting it, like where everyone gets a trophy.
Right. Can't do it. You gotta
everyone-
create competition.
Like everyone gets a trophy, so we can already see why that's problematic.
Facts.
Right? Because when you interview for a job, not everyone gets it.
No.
Right? Like not everyone has certain levels of success, but when you're starting to condition people that I deserve something, like I deserve everything I want in life by just existing
And
then
showing up.
Yeah, it does. Like showing up is so important. Don't get me wrong. So for everybody out there, show up. You got to show up for sure. But now you have to realize when you separate yourself, right? You have to separate yourself in certain ways, because I just don't know how healthy it is to give everyone an award when people are performing differently.
Right.
I don't
Can't judge that.
Yeah, it's a tough. That's sticky for me. So
And
No,
like
for
and like
sure.
you said, like it starts with youth sports, and I get they're young, but it's like you have to start it young, because if they're 15, 16, getting second place, still expecting to get something, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Why are they going?
what do you think? Or not even playing in a title game, just some random game where everyone has fun. It's like, well, they're entering that young adult stage, and they're already ain't prepared for people to tell them no, or to have something or someone be better than them.
No, I'm with
at a
you with
certain
that as
subject.
well, because it doesn't reward hard work. It just rewards like
It literally
you
just
showed
rewards
up, here you
participation.
go. So why would you go 2 days of being sore because you ran hill sprints?
Right.
Why would you go through that if you're still gonna get the same thing as the dude that
Right, like you said, you putting in the work.
that
So
scored
like
32
you
times?
got to separate the hurt. You just do. You know, rap of course is for everyone. Music obviously is subjective, but like when you know someone's a good artist, you really hear it.
Right. And the thing is, it doesn't mean that they can't still do it.
Oh, right.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
of course, like anybody can do, right? Anybody can do
yeah,
whatever.
anybody
Like
can do
anybody can do that. Like no one's ever going to stop you from doing that. But now we can't expect our reward systems to kind of fall in that same place, because
Facts.
when is the first time you're going to experience rejection? When is the first time you're going to experience disappointment? Is that going to be when you're 18 and you're turned down from getting a scholarship because you didn't work, but you thought you deserved one because you
Right.
played basketball in high school? Like it doesn't work like that. So like there has to be, I think, a point where you're getting disappointed, you're getting let down, because that emotion is real. And I think that's why you see so many people who just lash out crazy. They deal with their first breakup when they're 20. This is the first time they've ever had anything
Ooh,
crazy.
yo, I tell
and
that
now they're
all the
like,
time.
"Ugh," they're
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
crazy.
They
and
don't
they're
know how to
doing this.
react.
Yeah, and they're like nearly breaking down, almost like they can't even survive it feels like they can't even survive
Facts.
it, because they've never had something that's like disappointed them, like they've never had someone look them in the face and be like, you lost.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
but like I've lost, like everyone here has lost. There's nothing wrong with losing, right? Like losing is such a part of life. All of my losses have taught me so much.
the biggest teacher.
Right? Yeah, like because we learn more cognitively. We learn more from mistakes than we do from our successes, because that mistake is what we'll remember and say, okay, this is how I can do it differently. Success doesn't teach you anything. Success is like a drug.
just shows you can do it.
It
You know
gives
what
you
I'm saying?
comfort. It gives you comfort.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I'm good here, but now you got to go down sometimes to go up. Like that's probably the worst part of. Well, it's one of the toughest parts about life is going down.
Absolutely, the uncertainty of things. But talking about experiences, up and downs, emotions, rejection, and stuff like that. I feel like you channeled a lot of those emotions in your storytelling with this new album, Welcome to Life. So what was the overall message that you wanted to transpire from this album?
That's a really good question, actually. So I felt like I really just wanted to like be honest, right? Like be 100% like honest with like what I was trying to do and really like find myself, because I felt like 33 Degrees I really wanted to like jump on, which by the way J4 is the voice on it in the beginning and the end. Yeah, that's what that is in the beginning of the end of that. So yeah, 33 Degrees. I did a lot with like struggling to reveal that I, for some reason, like that I grew up in Israel, because I just felt like it wouldn't really connect. That I grew up in West Bank. That I grew up in Ma'ale Adumim. You know, shouts out to Kol Ha'Israelim Sheli Shalom, Ma'ayanim. But yeah, so it's like
gang.
Right. So it's just one of those things, like, you know, to be able to like open up and like show everything. The relationship that I had with my parents, that wasn't necessarily that, you know, that great, right? But just trying to show people like there's tragedy to triumph. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, you know, like I had a really, really rough time with my parents, like coming up. I was separated from them for a long time. Like I said, I was homeless. I went through a lot, but I just wanted to show that like, hey, look, this happened. You can get here. And then I also talk a lot about like reconciliation as well, like to show that. So just finding out like, who am I now? You know, was really important.
No, I just love the whole transition of how you can actually feel the emotions, like when you're saying it. And I did do the whole nerdy thing on, you know, listening to it backwards, and it kind of takes you to like a different story, because I feel like, at least for me, when I listen to it, obviously it's all perception. I feel like it starts, if you're listening to it in order, it starts like, at least emotionally, like almost a little dark, almost.
Yeah.
And then it kind of like clears up, and then it gives you like a little dark again, and then like it's like happy vibes like at the end.
Yeah.
You know, at least sonically, you know what I mean? So is that kind of what you was aiming for?
So to be honest, I don't know if I was like aiming for it. To be real, I mean, me and Play Beats, we sit down and we're just like, yo, how are we gonna chop this thing up? Like what are we gonna do? Because like the priority is to make a song that's like real and true. Like, how can we be honest? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the most honest thing that we can do? And that's kind of really what it broke down into. I think I was just, because it was welcoming you to my life, literally. I wanted to keep it like balanced, because I'm not like one thing all the time. So like, I'm not dark all the time. I'm not happy all the time. So I wanted to be fair, like fair to the people when I was like, welcome to life. Like, how can I be fair with it as far as like expressing myself? So I thought a lot of those songs were that way. The only one that I felt like was kind of like exceptionally like, eek, that's one's kind of tough, was Find My Way.
Find My Way.
Find My Way, I was like, you know, that one is.
Why is that?
Opened up too much?
Not that I opened up too much, but like, it was just now that I've been running through the West Bank, starting not to care what my friends think, but that's how life goes. Got some old friends who are rivals, and now they feel entitled because they knew us way before we went viral. Like, that to me was like,
I hope they don't take this personal.
Yeah, like,
but it's like, you
at
gotta
the same
say that
time,
though.
I had
No
to
pun
get-
intended. You
yeah.
gotta say shit like that, because you
Yeah.
gotta get it off your chest.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt. So I was like, I gotta just get it off.
That's
you know,
it.
like let it go. You know, and then I was talking about my family in it too. Like, so I was like, I was just being completely honest, you know, and like even talking about like played the whole 90 and still wasn't eating well, you know, like being in school, like it was rough. Like, you know, them scholarships don't always come in how you want. And you know what I'm saying, like, you kind of struggling, but you still got to play and you still got to make it out. But I think people saw the picture that it was like perfect. So
Right.
then I was just like, man,
I'm outside looking in.
yeah. So like, I'm smashing this picture, and it was just like, I was like, well, then I was like, man, forget it, man. Either they gonna like it or they won't, because that's always what happens anyway.
That's it.
Facts.
I
They
mean,
have to
fuck with
interpret
you,
it.
They fuck with you, man. That's
yeah.
I mean, that's the truth. If you're telling your honest truth about yourself, people can't get mad. And if you're mad about how I feel, it's cool. We don't have to be friends all the time. It just sucks, because it's like, if I want you to feel, if I fuck with you, I want you to feel how you feel.
Yeah.
I don't want you restricted. I don't want you to have to, every time you're around me, think about how you're going to move, or how think about how you, feel how you feel, bro. Feel how you feel.
Right.
As a whole, because that's going to help your soul, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We're out here to grow at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're out here to grow, and death is chasing all of us. Like, we all gonna go, you know, it's chasing us some faster than others, but
No funny. I would say the best day is every day. You know what I mean? Every time people
Every
ask
time
me,
you wake up above ground, it's a good day.
every time people ask me how you do, I'm like, bro, I'm good because I'm alive. And that's, people don't understand, like, niggas die every day, bro. Yo, you can live the perfect life. You can be healthy. You can work out. You go to the gym. You can do everything. You can volunteer. You still
That's
gonna
the only
die.
thing that's
Yeah.
guaranteed,
It's
unfortunately.
death.
You know.
It's death.
That's why you got to work hard. That's why Jesus, you a perfect example of that. You know, you grab life like that. You know, you've
Appreciate
been through
it.
it. You see it in your music. That's why. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
appreciate it,
That's a
man, for
great
real.
example. You're a great example to go to for something like that.
But you know that's not the right timing. Talk about death, but you did mention something about timing in a song that I really liked. You said it had to do something with relationships where, you know, a lot of these women could be the right person. You could feel like she's the right person, but timing is crazy, you know. And I'm,
Oh man,
you
he's
know,
getting me now.
you know what? No, I gotta say, because I'm experienced. I went through like a similar experience myself, you know, where
Fuck that bitch. I got your back, Mike.
Yeah,
I got
bro.
your back.
Thank you, bro.
Don't worry
Fuck
about
that.
it, bro.
Thank you,
She
bro.
broke my nigga heart, dog.
Yo,
Up to
J,
the
nah,
rose.
J4 in the building got my back too.
Bitches in their old phone.
You already know, but nah, for real. Like, I feel like sometimes you meet the person, a person, and you feel like they're perfect for you, but the timing was just messed up because of your circumstances. It doesn't have to
Yeah.
necessarily be a relationship, but give us an example of how
Yeah,
you
yeah.
maybe experienced that.
I mean, to be honest, man, like let's be real. Like we out here living, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna be relationships. You know, however you have them, whether that's friendships, whether that's intimate relationships, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a little shawty, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is.
Or thick shorty.
Yeah.
Or big shorty.
Or
Shout out to my big
yeah.
girls.
Hey,
Never forget them.
Yeah, no,
No
for
comment.
sure. But yeah, I think timing is definitely everything, because the thing is, like you could have met your soulmate, but that could be 7 years from now that would actually work. You know what I'm saying? Because we all got issues.
Yeah.
All of us. We all got issues. We all got insecurities. We all got problems. We all got traumas. We all
Right.
got stuff that we haven't dealt with.
Yo, no funny. I
All of
thought
us.
no girl was gonna love me because my feet stink. I'm like, dog.
That's
You know what
certainly
I mean?
something to
Not
admit.
no funny because when I was younger, I'm like, damn, ain't no bitch gonna love me. My feet stink, my nigga. But God, bro, I'm gonna die alone. Like when you're younger, you really think like you gonna die alone. Like you're saying, timing is really everything. You grow up and everything that you used to kind of subscribe to, you don't subscribe to no more. Your theories change, how you feel change.
Right.
You know, you go through one relationship and you kind of. It goes good, then you fuck up, and then you can learn from it. Like you're saying, you make those mistakes, you learn from it.
Yeah, and I mean, I think in that line you're referring to as timing was crazy. You married with baby.
Yeah,
So
my
like,
God,
So I
bro.
mean, the thing is about it is like, yeah, you can link up with somebody and be like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, this is compatible, but like, our lives aren't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like our lives aren't. So because our lives aren't like, and you're not willing to make like certain sacrifices.
Yeah.
Then you have to literally do it. Everybody has to approach their life with themselves being the number one priority.
Right.
Right. Because that way everybody can meet at a place where like we're good. Because as soon as you start to dim your light for someone else, right?
Yeah.
I think that's just asking for it. Because I would rather not deal with a certain relationship, not deal with it at all, than to be in one that's just terribly toxic.
Yeah, I really like how you said it. You had, and obviously I'm gonna paraphrase, but you had a line like that too, where it was like, you know, I had to make the decision, chase my dream, and it was either you or me. And at the end of the day, it comes down to that, like, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, but
Yeah.
it promotes growth.
Yeah, I mean, man, anytime you feel like life slaps you, it like teaches you so much. Like I'll never forget. So
You're a fighter, so you might slap back, right?
it's all
Bad PR move.
It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love for real. But yeah. So when after I dropped Recovery, I actually went up to New York. I was up here with J4. We were running around, doing different shows, radio interviews, all that different type of stuff. But my friend had passed like probably like a couple weeks before, and I was like jacked up. Like this one jacked me up, and I've experienced loss a lot, but this one was a lot different. Just because of there were different like scenarios and elements that I had to like be a lot more a part of than I probably wanted to. But I had to be because, you know, in honor of him and in honor of his family, like I definitely wanted to do that. But just feeling that strain and that pressure, I was up in New York and I was in the room with Play Beats, and we're sitting down and we're just like, man, like let's make a song. And you know what we made? Gone Again. Right? It's the strain of just being like, like being in that like low place, and I was like, you know what, like I got it, like there's something in here.
Gone Again hits different.
And I just remember like every line, I would like, as soon as I was going through it, I was like trying to come out of something, and the next thing you know, I was like, yo, this thing right here is heavy.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
first bar, like you feel the energy. Feel the energy, man.
Facto.
Yeah.
Facto.
But you know, I feel like even just talking to you, you have that. Some people are good at dosing out information where it's digestible to a lot of people, and I feel like you have that, bro.
Oh, I appreciate it. I didn't always have it. I think people would told me that I was in college. They were like, yo, you're way too complicated. But I was like, bro, you're just not listening.
Exactly. That's just
You're
you
not paying
too.
attention, bro.
That's just you.
Right. Yeah, so that's kind of what it is. But yeah, no, I definitely always feel like those places of strain will they always take you higher. So
Yeah, they promote growth.
yeah, and whoever broke your heart, bro, man, F them, dog.
No. It was growth. It was growth.
Right.
Fuck that.
No,
as
but
long as,
you know-
as long as it's growth, you know what I'm saying?
Of
Nah,
course,
on a real,
of
on a real,
course.
yeah.
Because
Of
these
course.
girls are users and abusers. Fuck these hoes, man. Call out
You
my name,
married.
Mike Collins. It's Stephanie. It's Stephanie.
No. It's all love. I mean, the thing is, if the timing just wasn't good, then it wasn't.
Yeah,
good, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Like,
No,
that's
but
just what it is.
I was just referencing it because it was definitely one of the many that I was like, damn, that hit home.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean.
for
And that's
sure.
the good thing about like opening up and being vulnerable with your music. You know, like a lot of these people, we're emotional creatures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. And if you're saying something that we can relate to, it definitely creates that mental image for us. It's gonna bring you back to the song. So
Right.
it's really
For
cool
sure.
that you're able to portray that, man.
I appreciate that, man, for sure.
For sure, man. So here on Say That, not sure if you guys were familiar, but we're all about giving back. So this is your time, man. Shout out to your people, man. Let them know what's going on. What can they expect?
Where to find you?
Where to find you?
Yes, yeah, for sure. So I am Jesus _music on Instagram. That's HEYZOOZ _ music. So that's where you can find me on IG. You can obviously find me on Spotify, HEY-ZOOZ. Gotta have the dash. If it's not the dash, it's not me. But I just want to shout out, like, number one, like all the fans that I have that supported me, because like that's been a crazy experience just with them, being able to come through. I want to thank my ancestors who have gotten me through so many different things. You know what I'm saying? For real, like on just from top to bottom. Everybody should read Healing Wisdom of Africa. Love the book. It's really, really powerful. But shouts out to J4. Who's always been looking out since forever. They've always had me, always looked out. Yes, J4, right? You already know. My team Blunders, Curious Creator, Yergi Uno, Play Beats. I just really appreciate everything that they've been able to do. Shouts out to all of the players that I coach. So all of the amateurs and the pros, all the young ones that have gotten like scholarships. It's been really cool to be a part of that, because that's one of the things that I'm passionate about, is trying to go back into the community and using what I have and what I'm good at to provide opportunity.
Amen. Amen.
Hey.
Awesome.
What up, man?
Hey, man. First of all, thank you for coming, Zeus. I appreciate
Yes, sir,
it.
yes, sir.
You know, it's a blessing, great conversation. I want to thank myself. Shout out to myself. I work hard. I do, man.
Hey,
I
that's
stay
what's
up
up, man.
late. I work hard. I love my family. God always give me a chance to provide. Man, I don't know. I just love life. Shout out to me. Shout out to the team, bro. Y'all work so hard, man, to make sure we have a good platform, to make sure we get amazing artists, to make sure that we could, give flowers while people can smell them, man. So thank you for coming,
Yes,
bro.
and shouts out to you guys, man, because the thing is,
Absolutely.
like, y'all are doing y'all's thing. Like, like this was a dope experience. The hospitality was amazing. Like, everything was lined up like exactly how it was supposed to be. I have no gripes. I have no issues. So if anybody said they have an issue with Say That podcast, they're telling you.
Never. Them niggas be lying.
Certified. Yes,
Lying.
sir.
Because I'm fucking their baby
I
mama.
appreciate
so
that,
it was-
man.
So y'all please keep doing your thing, because it is a great experience for artists to come up here. And I see you guys don't just try to pick from the top of the tree. You know what I'm saying? You try to give opportunities to people who really deserve it, who you feel like are working, and they may not be exactly where they want to be yet, but they are working. So that's dope, and that's super important. Like, it's I think it might be way more important than maybe even you guys realize.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like,
I
it
appreciate
is,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Because that, for some people, when they sit down with you guys and have their first interview, and you guys are like attentive, and you really like have specific things that you want to talk about, like, oh, that's major, for sure.
Thanks,
course,
man. Yeah, man.